In 1925, a 60-year-old widow in New York City walked into publishing houses with a manuscript under her arm. Every single publisher turned her down. They said the book was too strange, too spiritual, too unlike anything in the self-help genre. Her name was Florence Scovel Shinn. She had spent the first half of her life as an illustrator for children's books in Greenwich Village. After her divorce in 1912, she became something entirely different. A metaphysical teacher who sat with women across her drawing room, helping them manifest the lives they were afraid to ask for. When every publisher said no, she self-published. The book was called The Game of Life and How to Play It. It became an underground classic, passed hand to hand in New York spiritual circles. Louise Hay, who later built a million-copy publishing empire of her own, said, Florence Scovel Shinn was a very big influence on my life. In the summary, you will learn Shinn's 5 laws, why life is a game and not a battle, why your word is literally a wand, why fighting attracts more of what you are fighting, and why there is a perfect plan for your life already waiting. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Life is a game, not a battle. Shinn opens the book with a sentence that reframes everything. Quote, most people consider life a battle, but it is not a battle, it is a game. End quote. A battle produces winners and losers. A game has rules, and the rules work the same for everyone who learns them. Shinn's first rule is the oldest rule in human thought. The game of life is a game of boomerangs. Whatever you throw out, in word, thought, action, returns to you, not as punishment, not as karma in the mystical sense, as mechanism. What you give is what you get. Shinn tells the story of a woman who came to her convinced the universe was against her. She had lost $2,000 and was furious at her landlord. Shinn told her, stop cursing the landlord. Deny the loss in divine mind. Bless the man. The woman did it, reluctantly. A few months later, the landlord paid her $2,000 to break her lease. The exact amount she had lost came back to her through the very man she had been cursing. Shinn writes, what man condemns in others, he attracts to himself. The only winning move in the game is this. Send out what you want to receive. The boomerangs do the rest. Chapter 2. Your word is your wand. This is the most famous sentence Shinn ever wrote. Quote, your word is your wand. The words you speak create your own destiny. End quote. Shinn believed, and she built her entire practice on this, that every word you speak is a command to your subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind has no sense of humor. It takes you literally every time. When you say, I'm sick and tired of this, you are speaking a command. When you say nothing ever works out for me, you are speaking a command. When you say I cannot afford that, you are speaking a command. The subconscious records every sentence. It does not argue. It does not filter. It simply begins building the version of reality you keep describing. Shinn tells the story of a stage actress with an incurable skin disease. Shinn told her to sit in silence every day and bless the colleague she was secretly jealous of. Within 3 days, the skin disease was gone. What had healed her was not the silence. It was the refusal to speak poison. Shinn's rule is simple. You cannot think one thing and say another and expect results. Your words must match the life you are asking for. Speak like the life already exists. The subconscious is listening, and it will build what it hears. Chapter 3. The Law of Non-Resistance. This is the chapter where Shinn breaks with every motivational book written before or since. She writes, resist not evil, do not fight what you do not want. Fighting it feeds it. Shinn's logic is quiet and strange. Whatever you put your attention on, even hateful attention, even furious opposition, you are giving energy. You are broadcasting that thing as the most important thing in your life. The universe, which is listening to your broadcast, sends you more of it. Shinn gives a story that breaks most readers. A woman comes to her in tears because her husband has left her for another woman. Shinn tells her, do not curse him. Do not fight the other woman. Do not cry to your friends about what he did. Instead, sit quietly and salute the divinity in him. Bless him. Release him. The woman does it. It is excruciating. A few months later, her husband returns, not because she begged him, but because the attack field around him dissolved. They remarried. Shin writes, I cast this burden on the Christ within and I go free. That is the release mantra. When you cast the burden, stop carrying the fight. The thing you have been fighting loses its grip on you and often loses its grip on your life entirely. Non resistance is not weakness, non resistance is the strongest move in the game. Chapter 4, Intuition. The still small voice. Shin calls intuition the spiritual faculty. Not a feeling, not a hunch, a direct transmission from what she calls infinite spirit. And she insists that the moment you ask for a definite lead, you will be given one. Shin tells the story of a woman who was choosing between three different jobs in three different cities. She was paralyzed. She came to Shin and asked, which one? Shin told her to sit quietly, ask infinite spirit for a definite lead, and wait. That night, the woman went to bed. When she woke up, the room was filled with the smell of Palm Beach, salt air, sunshine, orange blossoms. That was the lead. She took the Palm Beach position and thrived. The still small voice does not argue. It does not list pros and cons. It drops one clear image, one clear smell, one clear word into your mind. And if you trust it, it leads you to exactly the right door. Shin writes, man can only receive what he sees himself receiving. She adds there is a supply for every demand, but you have to ask, and you have to be willing to follow an answer that does not match your spreadsheet. Intuition is the most underused tool in the game of life. Most people are too loud to hear it. Get quiet. Ask the question, wait for the lead, then move. Chapter 5, The Divine Design, the perfect plan for your life. Shin's final teaching is the most hopeful sentence ever written in New Thought. She writes, there is a divine design for each person for the perfect plan, and you will never be truly happy or fulfilled until you are living it. Your job is not to invent the plan, your job is to unblock it. Because every person is born, according to Shin, with a perfect self expression already waiting. A specific place, a specific work, a specific love, a specific contribution. The reason most people never find it is simple. Two things block the plan: resentment and fear. Resentment keeps you tied to the wrong people. Fear keeps you inside the wrong life. Both are forms of refusing to let go. Shin gives a woman who wanted an apartment during a shortage. There were 200 applicants for one unit. Shin told her, buy new blankets, act as if you already have the apartment, declare yourself unconditioned, not tied to any particular path the universe must take. The woman bought the blankets. She got the apartment. Shin writes, whatever man feels deeply or images clearly is impressed upon the subconscious mind. The divine design reveals itself one step at a time to the person who refuses to condition the answer. Forgive everyone. Fear nothing. Wait for the still small voice. The perfect plan will show itself. Let's pull it all together. 1. Life is a game, not a battle. The game is a game of boomerangs. What you send out comes back. 2. Your word is your wand. Every sentence you speak is a command to the subconscious. Speak like the life you want already exists. 3. The law of non-resistance. Do not fight what you do not want. Bless it and release it. Fighting it only feeds it. 4. Intuition is the still small voice. Ask infinite spirit for a definite lead. Get quiet enough to hear the answer, then move. 5. There is a divine design for your life. A perfect plan already exists. Your only job is to unblock it with forgiveness, courage, and trust. Florence Scovel. Shin was a woman in her 60s whose book no one would publish. She sat in her drawing room in Greenwich Village and helped other women find apartments, husbands, healings, and entire new lives using these 5 laws. Louise Hay built an empire on top of them. You are holding the exact same tools in your hands today. Speak like the life is already yours. Stop fighting what you do not want. Ask for a lead. Trust the plan. That is how you play the game. One quick thing before you go. If this summary helped you, I have a beautiful PDF version with all the key insights from this book. To get it completely free, comment the word summary below this video. Then send a quick email to blissmindslife@gmail.com with the name of the book you want. We'll send you the PDF within 24 hours. No catch, no newsletter spam, just the value. Now go apply what you learned